Okay, and mic's up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to JSA Talks episode 3. I am JoJo, joined with...
Bdown and
I got nothing.
And Zamir. We got a new name. Zamir. The homie Zamir. Why don't you introduce yourself real fast? Who is you?
I'm Zamir. Not Zimmer, not Zemir. Invader Zim and Ear Zamir. I am the worst Captain Falcon in the Midwest. That's just fact. Let's get that away. Out the way. I'm an illustrator. I like making comics of course, anime and manga. And I'm starting to recently get into more of the into the field of making comics for fighting games and more fighting game related content. Hopefully further down the line, I can have my own booth at a major event, whether that be Combo Breaker, Smash Con, whatever. That's a big goal of mine and something I'm already looking forward to completing.
That is a really good goal to have. You know, goals push us forward to where we want to be. You know, I say, as you want to see yourself in 2 years, so I'm going back to school and I'm definitely would want to graduate, with a degree. In 2 years, so it takes time for what I want to do. I want to create TV shows and television. I got to put my foot in the door. But during that time, it wouldn't be a bad idea to rev up a voice acting profile, but I'd have to do it hard in the summers of these next 2 years. Start going with that. And then once voice acting, I would also try elevate my Smash Bros career. I'm also the second worst Captain Falcon in the Midwest. So it's okay. It's okay. We're on that grind. But with that being said,
I'm not even a Captain Falcon. I'm not even a part of that conversation.
Hey, you're missing out.
Nah, I'm good. I'm keeping my fire sword, bro. I'm keeping my Roy.
He's just Falcon with the sword, guys. That's all it is. But yeah, it would be nice to compete while doing voice acting, having good revenue, while having that drive to continuously do something. So, where do you see yourself in 2 years? Bdown H buns.
Definitely not nearly as ambitious as at least your goals, but definitely more on a grind to diving more into coding in that aspect, because when I was at in college, I was COD, I actually really liked doing that, or at least doing the development side of games. So it's I definitely want to get back into that. But it's really just for right now, it's just more smaller things, just trying to just get more off the ground before I really try to push something, but still try to chip at something a day at a time, I'm still kind of mapping it out at the moment, but it's hey, anything could happen within 2 years.
Anything could happen in a month. But we take our 20s to grind, shine in our 30s.
Right.
That's how it is. A lot of people want to make it in their 20s. I think they want to have the fun 20s, and then 30s is starting a family. That is what you want to do. I mean, I'm 22. Bdown, I think you're what? You're about to turn 23 this weekend.
Literally in 3 days.
In the 3 days. So Sunday, you're going to be 23. Happy early birthday. Obviously, everybody in the chat, give our homie a happy early birthday if you can.
Hell yeah.
Birthday.
And actually what's funny is because my birthday was last Thursday, legitimately. So
that's
I did see the post earlier of you visiting, Millennium Station, Chicago and downtown and whatnot.
Yeah, dude. So me and my homies, we went around to Chicago because I went to Chicago. So my parents were iffy about me going to the city a lot, but when I was I'm in a big group of friends. What can they say? And we're down there in the midday. So
I wanted to go, but I didn't get the memo until the very last second. It's oh, it's about to be in the morning, so it's I unfortunately had to work through at least that part of it.
So yeah, the city's nice. I mean, I think you live out there a little bit, so you probably been into the loop and stuff a lot more.
Yeah. Especially since my college campus is down there. I have a lot of experience knowing all the cool places. Unfortunately, I couldn't go. I'm in the process of moving out, but I really hope you enjoy yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely in the future, if you want to hang out, I can recommend some places. I know you guys couldn't go to Chinatown.
We went to Chinatown after C2E2. That was fun.
That was.
Yeah, that was quite the experience. So, and it's crazy because the city of Chicago, there was so many things. Like I saw NBC and Chicago Tribune and all that stuff. I was like, wow, that's kind of exhilarating to see this. It was really hot, but like the shade with the city buildings, man, it hit different. It felt like you were on the nicest day. So, hey, well, it's really good to see us have these ambitions. But the ambitions can always be affected by an outer source. What am I talking about? There's people who, sometimes need to fund us. It's really hard to start a business and get funded by yourselves. And when you're not doing as well, or when you do a lot of work, you want to get the funding that you deserve. And that is why the Hollywood actors and the writers are going on strike. So that is actually the biggest thing we want to get started on right now. So let's get right into it. Recently, Hollywood actors and writers have been on strike because there's a corporation that kind of indulges like NBC, CBS, Nickelodeon, Disney, all the big corporations. They are not paying the SAG-AFTRA, and the SAG-AFTRA is the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. So SAG-AFTRA, and basically what they're going on strike for them not having the proper payment that they've received. And I just want to get you guys first, what do you guys think about this so far? Because it is actually gotten to the point where Hollywood is at a complete standstill. No films are being made, no TV shows are being made. This is actually very interesting.
This is definitely like, oh, sorry.
My bad. I would say it's like great is like, oh, what movies coming out? No, fuck all that bullshit. Like this, like, the bit, like, I'm full blown like in support of this, like, and especially when I was first brought to light of it. Shout out to Blackjack Sass if she's even watching this. She brought it up to me where it's like, imagine like you're one of the writers or the animators especially, where like you're doing like hundreds or thousands of like images or scenes to like for like a different script, and then like you have it all done, you have it almost like all completely mapped out, and then someone higher up is like, nah, we decided to cut that part out, we need to do this. What they do? Pause it. Like, and like as a writer, and especially if you're not getting paid for all of that, is like, dude, like it's like all your hard work for nothing. You gotta even work even harder just to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can understand, especially with like the actors like joining in the part like the strike like as of recently, dude. Something big is gonna change. At least I hope so.
Zemer, what you think?
It's the strike is this is like extremely significant. I've personally never seen something this big before. What I'm thinking about right now is like how big and loaded like AI is, and how that factors into like some art, especially like a lot of art and a lot of the writing, and how this development of technology has boiled up to serious questions about like creativity in like Hollywood and in our writing, in art in general. And I think this is going to be like a very pivotal point in I know it's pretty dramatic, but like in the history of humanity, to where we need to figure out like how we can support writers, artists, producers, everybody really, in a way that benefits.
You're right there. I know exactly what you're saying.
In a way that like benefits like the right people financially. There are way too many rich people that are
Like it's like you're saying, it's like definitely like the balance is skewed. Whereas like, oh, the rich, like, I hate to play like no. Like the rich get richer, but it's like if you're like on the lower end, it's like,
yeah. I don't think a lot of people really comprehend how rich the richest people are. Like you think of the submarine thing, and like I saw like a video on how $250 to like cruise down to on that submarine to like visit the Titanic and whatnot. is like basically bus fare for like billionaires. Like that 250K is nothing.
Yeah,
But to the
Right.
average person, that's like a lot of money.
that's could be
Like we
their
don't
entire
really,
life savings right there.
we don't really make those calculations, and because of that, I feel like for decades, if not centuries, um, the richer have gotten away with paying artists, writers, and creators less than what they're owed.
Yeah, I totally agree. So the big thing is what we got to realize. I would took a screenwriting class, and I can tell you because my final project was to write like a script, and that script took me quite a minute, and I did put a lot of soul into it because it was very interesting. It was like a mock of something that I wanted to get started off of, like a TV show that I had a lot of heart into, and it took me some months. That the final project was available on the day. On the day like day one to start on it, and I took a lot of time to get into it. I got an A on it, but like these people who write for these TV shows take a lot of time and effort and put a lot of what they have into these like scripts, and for them to not to get compensated properly, your work is your work is the ground root base of what these television shows are. They go on the streams, they get millions of that. It all starts with you. Everyone sees the actors and the directors, but nobody likes to see the writers, and the writers is where it all begins.
And keep in mind, it's like they're writing for probably at least a couple of years before anything really any of the production or like the directing actually happens, because like you said, like the writing is literally like the fundamental foundation of the entire project.
Yeah.
So like if you're not getting compensated for that, then that's really telling of like how this industry is just like so top-sided and just
Yeah, and there's one more step that I haven't even discussed yet. So with the standstill of the Hollywood, yeah, nothing's being filmed. But the corporation that hoists all the big networks, they don't want to pay them, right? So their tactic is they're going to stand so strong that they're going to force all these writers, these actors out of jobs and out of their homes, meaning they're going to cut all their income off. They're basically just going to put them out on the street and just make them say, "No, we're going to ignore you until you're damn near dead." And then you're going to realize, "Okay, yeah, you got to abide by our rules." And to me, that is beyond greedy. Like to treat people who work so hard to make so much success for you that bad is insane to me. Like you would think that like this would be out of like a comic book or something. No, this is like what? Like that's some super villain ass shit right there.
this really do be something like some like Dr. Eggman type shit, but like no, this is actually real. Like this is what, and I think this is what like most of Hollywood or like just most of like big time LA is like. Just at least in big time LA, it's on a lesser scale. You don't see it, but because this is like reached like to such a boiling point where it's like, no, we're doubling down. We're gonna it's like we ain't gonna compensate you. Drop dead in the street, and we're seeing that play out live or like in real time. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's mind boggling.
And then Zemer, I don't know if you had seen it, but did you see the clip of Tom Holland as he discusses his he had to step away from Hollywood because he felt that like a lot of people like he didn't really directly say it, but he said there was a lot of negativity and he probably had seen something that he didn't want to see. Did you had seen that? That's Spider-Man. He's one of the biggest stars in our generation.
I did see a headline of him stepping down for a year after like his recent film, and I feel like a lot of the things we're talking about as far as like this strike is something that people like John Boyega, the actor for Finn from Star Wars, has been talking about. It's like discrimination, of course, but as far as like these rich people are, the richest people, like these billionaires that refuse to pay actors and writers their dues, are the ones that need to realize there's going to be a boiling point to where the 99%, which is us, have nothing else left to lose. We're going to stop writing. We're going to stop acting. We're going to stop producing things. And there's going to be a call for like immediate action, like something was going to have to change. And that's basically I don't want to say like I don't want to reference like the French Revolution, but if you know, you know.
Yeah,
Right?
and I totally
Right.
get what you're saying. So that kind of segues in the next, because when you say the revolution, so our like entertainment usually is built on a lot of TV. Like, it started from, moving from operas to music to then now going to television, viewing in. But now I think we're in this age of since the 2020s. Could we possibly be seeing this as like the rise of content creators? Whereas independent businesses or independent film groups rise up, because we see what's going on with Hollywood, as Hollywood is like just one giant unit, where now it's starting to become the rise of streamers, where we see streamers now get offered super big million deals, because it seems like the demographic of what people like to view nowadays is a lot of streaming. Twitch, Kick, and YouTube Live, they're starting to pop off a little bit now. And I think it might be because it's this little bit of a segue of the streaming services, and now people are so in tune to see something that is in live time. What do you guys think?
It's funny you bring up streaming services. I remember seeing like this diagram of like how expensive cable was for people, and now we have all these shows and different books and media just spread out all over like several different streaming services.
Right.
And if you had subscriptions to all those streaming services to make sure you legally don't miss a single show or a single movie or whatever, it adds up to cable. I thought it was the funniest thing, but I do feel like there's a shift in demand for how shows should be distributed, whether it be like weekly or monthly and whatnot. And I think we're going to see like a very significant change as to how we broadcast a lot of our entertainment and a lot of our like serious news and anchors and information, because we are going into an era where cable is becoming less and less relevant. And it's pretty interesting to sort of view every now and then, every 2 years. Or
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from too, because growing up, we grew up. I mean, some sort of cable. I had Xfinity, and then my mom one day I remember when I was like 9, she just switched to direct. We switched to DirecTV, and that's where I found like all these other unique channels like Boomerang, and then that stuff was like the core part of my childhood a little bit. But now it is weird, because you see like we would have to wait for like a day or a week to view our favorite shows, and I don't know if maybe that probably has like, I'd have to see numbers of the demographic of how like we gone from that shift to now just dropping whole seasons of stuff. I think what rakes in better viewership though would be like the week to week. Yeah, you want to see what happens, depending on like if you're like a very episodic show or like a very like continuous, where you have like a part 1, part 2, part 3, that gives people to come back. If you kind of just throw everything out there, people do binge it, but it kind of builds up. I don't know. Anime right now in Crunchyroll, they still do week to week, because a lot of anime is like one giant story, whereas a lot of Western shows are a bunch of most of them are episode, but then sometimes you get all the episodes that come back together into one main plot. Now, when that happens is like, it does make it like the viewership feel satisfied when you watched all these episodes thinking that there was nothing part of them, but then it also comes together. Whereas in anime, they kind of just are like flowing. It's like It's a story, but you got to come back, you got to see it. It's almost like you're reading a book. You have to, like an English teacher that assigns you like certain chapters to read, but you can't read beyond those chapters that are assigned. It's like that.
He's definitely and like there definitely are some exceptions, at least like in Western media. Like I think it's like more like the like live action type of stuff, where I feel like that's a little bit more episodic, whereas animation is episodic, like going episode by episode. But going back to what we were saying earlier, I think that's like why YouTube has been like popping off so much, because like I'm thinking in terms of like specifically the animation side of it. Let's take something like Hell of a Boss. Where like there's like almost like it's still there's like a connected story, but it's like it feels like it's both episodic, but like going like episodic, like going like each is its own contained story, but it's still like a main plot that it fits both really seamlessly. Or going to, oh, in this case Netflix, Arcane, where like granted they drop, at least from like when I saw it 2 years ago, they're dropping 3 episodes every week or two, if I remember. But it's like after those 3 episodes, it leaves on like a very big cliffhanger, and it's like I need to see what happens next. That honestly, that was me. That entire like 9 episode run, I love that show. But like it's it great. Now I must have my train of thought. I was just like going all over the place at the same time.
It happens. It happens. What do you think, Zimri? You think streaming service is gonna be the takeover of how we like view entertainment? Or movie theaters gonna go out of spot?
Absolutely. There's gonna be like a meta, and then there's gonna be like a good set of people that like ignore the optimal way of like releasing, especially like shows, obviously releasing shows weekly, or just like dropping them all like Stranger Things. Or I don't think Better Call Saul did it, but they were also on a weekly basis. Of course, the Netflix original anime like Komi-san, or most recently the Zombie Run 100.
I've heard good things.
That's releasing on a weekly basis. But it's definitely nightmarish for shows like Stranger Things to drop like the first batch of a season, and the second batch like the next month or the next 3 weeks or bi-weekly. Because of course, for people with social media, they're going to be people that want to take their time and just like really consume a show, and then there's going to be people that want to binge it like the day of release and spoil it for everyone. It's really annoying, but so long as there are statistics that support releasing a batch and releasing things weekly, whether or not it favors one or the other, we're going to see a lot of changes, of course, as more shows and more movies are pitched towards streaming services over traditional cable.
All right. I totally see where you're coming from, because I know in the time of YouTube that came up, YouTube was very interesting. It was mainly like more of like a place where people could just like post random stuff. I think YouTube like was the original Vine of it all. It was just people posted long form videos, and then like Vine. Twitch actually came after YouTube, because YouTube was 2005. Twitch, I believe, was 2006. Vine, I don't know. I think it was like 2010, 11, something like that.
I want to say 2014 is when it.
Really? That's right. It was 7th grade. I was in 7th grade. I was in 2014 in 7th grade. So something like that. But then they had a quick downfall, and then TikTok. Hey, farm them views.
That we don't talk about Musically. We do not talk about Musically.
It's weird.
TikTok though, everything wants to be TikTok now.
Yeah.
You go on YouTube, any 3-second video that has ever been posted on YouTube ever is now a YouTube short. Like automatically. Now they tell you to like literally swipe up. Instagram, they have the Instagram wheels. Same thing. You swipe up and down, go to the next video. Even Twitter now, where I have to like go to my For You page, or even the following page. I watch a video. They do this thing, especially on mobile Twitter, obviously, where I'll just like watch a video. I'll swipe up and I'll just watch some random video that wasn't even on my For You page. If I went back to my it's weird. It's stupid. Everyone wants to hop on TikTok. The format is so successful.
Yeah, it's so weird too, because the way the algorithm works. So like when I was on TikTok, I was scrolling, and I liked this post. It was a horror post, but what got me was the story of it, and I was like, that's interesting, and I liked it. The next, so I would, scroll down, then I would say 1 out of every, 3 posts was about horror. And the algorithm works in ways of, okay, he liked this, bam, 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 put this, boom, 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 boom. It's constantly throwing this flurry of content that is somewhat extended, to what you're liking. But then it's also weird as heck, where you'll see some things you'll see, the For You page is, stuff that just blows up, And for stuff that doesn't have anything that you're related to whatever you're interested in, but it'll just have stuff that just blows up. You'll have a lot of negative videos Negativity blows up faster than positivity. If you have a meme that wants to blow up, it's got to be a really funny meme, or else it's just gonna go down into the dumps. It might blow up later, but it's something that instantly blows up. It's either you got a lot of followers or it's a really original and funny meme. Other than that, sometimes you'll see people with like no like social media presence whatsoever, and the one time they post like a Karen or something, like they'll get tons of views because negativity promotes it. Something that hits the algorithm. It's action, And I don't know, what is it? What do you think they're trying to tell us with that,
I feel like, it's like
you go first.
I feel like like as a society, I don't want to say we live in a society, but
we live in a society.
We're just more attracted to things that like go like against the mold. Like we're told and we're taught to like behave in a certain way. We're so attracted to things going south and things that are socially unacceptable. We just have like a primal attraction to things that aren't supposed to go the way they do. You like think of being in like a very professional and social setting. You're like, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say this sort of thing. It's not appropriate in this very situation. And the things you see most trending are people just acting a fool. Like the whole like Szechuan sauce thing of like 2017, the whole Rick and Morty like McDonald's sauce and whatnot. People are like messing up. Like even TikTokers like going up to the waitress, asking for an order and doing like a TikTok dance on the counters, like being complete like doofuses, like actual bozos and whatnot on camera for clout is just like it's crazy. Like you even see it in like Watch Mojo, top 10 best anime or top 10 worst anime. You see the worst anime get the most amount of views because we all like hot takes. Maybe somebody says, Jujutsu Kaisen is like mid. You have like thousands of millions of people saying otherwise. We love negativity. We love like this general trash content.
Yeah,
that's why I like the term.
It's so weird too because I think when someone opposes us, it's gonna catch our attention more. I think as humans, we naturally want to see why you're like this, why you're different from me, and it definitely does intrigue you. But what separates the differences is like if you're gonna say "fuck you," you're ignorant, you're different, I hate you, da 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 da, or you're like, well, maybe there's something I can learn from this, And I feel like it's interesting to see because we're in this age of social media where it feels like anything is just like seen. You have videos like of this. There was this one girl where she got like her shit blew up because she was just getting kicked out of the house. And it wasn't really even getting her kicked out of the house. It was about, just her moving out. But she just put, yeah, I'm getting kicked out. And then got a bunch of views off of it. It is so weird how shit blows up. And speaking of blowing up so weirdly, what the hell is going on with this NPC TikTok trend? Let's talk about this real fast. So, I don't know if you guys have not seen, there's videos of people who go live and they act like total like NPC characters. And they're getting hella money. This dude walked away with $10,000 one stream. That kind of money.
So I think I saw like a few clips of this. Like the gra da da or the hiya, like the stuff like that. Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, it's like they're acting like NPCs, bro. Straight up acting like video game NPCs. And there's people that are donating money to this, and it's weird as heck, but it is getting people cash. And you know what was crazy?
Yeah.
I'm tempted. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes when I see something like that, as long as it doesn't hurt like a big audience, and if it's just cringe and weird, I'll just be like, whatever. But the fact that somebody got a lot of money off of that shit, just acting like an NPC, and I'm just like, hold up, what are they cooking? And this dude posted, he said, if I'm doing this NPC challenge, I'm live on TikTok right now, and it's pumping. And I walk in, and then people are donating, like, hella cash. I'm like, why is this blowing up? What is going on?
So, when you say they're donating, like, are they giving them, like, certain, like, instructions, like to do something? Or
No,
like
they're literally acting like NPCs. Like there was this one dude, acting like a Grand Theft Auto NPC, and he would just stand there in the same. He'd be bouncing around, and then he would go, "Yeah, what's up, motherfucker?" Bing, and then say it over again. He stayed like that for hours. I went back on TikTok, and he stayed like that for hours. That's the dude that got $10,000, and I was like, let's look at it like this. I'm honestly kind of tempted to try this out. And the reason why, because if I make a good amount of money, that money could be used for something, you know? And it would piss, it honestly though, it would piss a lot of other people off because there's people out here that have worked 3-4 jobs that, couldn't even make that kind of money in about a month. And someone just does it in about hours. And that is crazy to even think that, that could happen. And it's people just straight up donating cash. Bah, 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 bah. After hours, it's just like, do you guys get tired? Like, I don't know.
to the vision. Honestly, if you're like a creative performer and you set up your stream room, whatever room you're recording in, of course it's TikTok, so you don't have a lot of space. You have like a vertical frame, obviously, or a horizontal frame. But if you like have like a script to go by, you don't just like do a few things that come off the top of your head. You like know exactly what you're doing, like a certain set of internal rules to follow. I see the vision. Like there's so many different creative ways of like developing this into like a real subgenre. This is how like stuff happens. This is how stuff is pioneered.
It's so weird too because you see it just like come out of nowhere. I thought it at first because there was this girl that was doing it. I thought she was doing it as like a suggestion for her OnlyFans or just like a thirst trap or some shit. And I didn't really care. And then like now like everyone's acting like an NPC doing this. Like it's just funny, bro. There was a dude and he made like a funny sketch. He was yelling at somebody on the phone and he goes, "Don't you call me while I'm at work. Don't you call me." He hangs up the phone. He goes, "Dang, I'll take 4." I'm like,
oh hell!
People turn this stuff into a full-time job. That has to take a toll on the mental.
My man broke out the Matrix for 20 seconds to hang up on his wife.
Crazy. Crazy. I was like, what? To act like an NPC, you get money. That is insane to me.
I don't think my mind is ever recovering from people making money off being an NPC.
The chick that first started this thing, she makes like $7,000 a day. It's like there's not a lot of people who make $7,000 a day.
$7,000 a day.
A day. It's crazy.
I remember like monologuing as a video game goon once, and I had to do like a 4-minute speech for like acting class for college. I could not do that crap for like what? How long are they doing this stuff? Like half an hour, an hour?
They're doing it for like hours, like 4 or 5 hours on end.
Could never be me, but I see the vision.
I see the vision. Okay, so the vision is there. So let's say, for example, this NPC culture, right? Mm-hmm. This NPC. What if they started getting like? What if maybe? What if they like put these NPC people, and they take their scripts and their form and they throw it into actual games, and then every time their NPC gets talked to in the game, they make money off of it. You see, everybody sees the cringe, but nobody wants to look for it. Like it's a mind-blowing experience as these motherfuckers can make this kind of money. Now, someone's gonna tap into this. There's a facade, and behind there's like an iceberg. You know, there's like the iceberg, and it's deep and going down to the water. So far deep, you might even hit the ocean gate. And someone's gonna grab it, pull it all the way out, and then realize we hit the jackpot. Someone's gonna do it.
You know, as long as GTA 6 is taking to come out, I wouldn't be surprised if the devs saw this and created a forum for like people to like potentially have their NPC like performances be featured in the game, like as their own NPCs, like as their own voices, like in GTA. That'd be pretty interesting to see. Honestly, they'd never do it, obviously, but like just off the dome from this podcast right now, I just thought of that. That's an extremely cool idea. Just having, actually, no, wait, that's a terrible idea because you have to pay all of them.
I mean,
Like,
you would. It would.
if they, sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
was off the bat. I was thinking of like having a population of like voice actors that would almost rival the population of whatever city they're going to be featuring GTA 6 in. And
Now,
that's
if
like,
now if they for whatever reason will do that, it's most likely just gonna be like a special, either like in a cutscene or something, or like something scripted. Not like if they do that for a random ass NPC and they do that for hundreds of people. Do you really think they're about to pay them? No.
Yeah,
No.
they're about to be
on
another.
a smaller scale though.
They're about to be
It's a good
another skill drag. Guild strike. Sorry, I said skill drag. I flipped. Skill drag wins. That sounds like a cool name.
It's a Ben 10 alien.
Ben 10 ass alien. That's funny as hell. So
Speaking of skill, damn it! I thought it was about to be a segue.
speaking of skill, yeah, we can. That is a skill segue because speaking of skill, there is probably the biggest tournament, FGC tournament we've ever seen in the history of everything, really, like of all the FGCs. I've never seen like an Evo be propelled this big. Evo 2023 is preparing itself to be so fucking big, and it's so crazy because Smash is not there, but let's look at these numbers, guys. So everyone thinks I'm gonna go biggest to smallest. I'm gonna go smallest to biggest. 9,000 entrants and counting, by the way. Counting. So the registration leaderboard, the top 8 of that, we have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, which is sitting at 449 people. That's pretty good. Remember, these results can probably keep going, guys. So don't. This is not set, but this is based off the graphic that was released. So then we've got Melty Blood, Type Lumina, 554 people. Anyone here played Melty Blood?
No, but I love that cat. That Neko arc.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like one of those anime games like that there's so much going on, but then once you play, it's like, oh, it makes sense. So then we've got King of Fighters 15. I love KOF 15. I think it's a really good game, but to play it competitively, it's actually really hard. There's a lot of like Street Fighter combos are like decently hard, but these combos, these inputs are some of the craziest I've ever seen. Like I'm talking half circles into full circles, half circles. It's crazy. You got to have a mad level execution. And King of Fighters is at the devil's number 666. So hopefully somebody it registers so that becomes a 667. And then
666 at number 6.
At number 6. Oh, well, it breaks 4. No, 4 is an unlucky number.
There's no luck at all for KOF.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So 5, we have going back up to 5 is Dragon Ball FighterZ at 838, and that's pretty good because Combo Breaker was only like 200. So the fact that Evo is propelling this scene all the way up to that level, that's really insane. So then now we're in the thousands. We got Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom seems to have just survived so long. People love that game.
Since
It's like
what?
the TF2 of fighting games. It's
Say-
like
right.
it's been around. People have discarded it. Things have tried to replace it, but it always comes back.
I think the first MVC3 came out in like what, 2011?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And in Combo Breaker, even though for like they didn't have that many people there for it was really like it was live. Like they were the final event on the Saturday night, you know, and it was live. People they loved that game. And from what I've seen, like Marvel vs. Capcom is hype. A lot going on because you know you have to capture what's going on with superheroes and you know Marvel and Capcom characters. Going up to 1580 is Tekken 7. Now, That is hype because Tekken at Combo Breaker was like 600. And there was a lot of people, and Tekken was absolutely hype. I loved watching. I simultaneously, me and Bdown watched Tekken and Smash top 8 at Combo Breaker. And, you know, I only wanted to stay for my homeboy Artice to see how far he would go in the top 8. But he got 5th, so good shit to him. Then after that, we went to Tekken, and the viewer experience.
The entire half of the half of the entire venue space, and not just like for like the sections that they're a part of. The entire venue was all crowded and watching Tekken 7.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Yeah, it was something like, you know, me and Zamir, we're going to SmashCon sooner in the future. So, but I've never experienced something to that level. I mean, I actually, you know, the Big House 10 had a crowd size like that. And the Big House 10 was really fun. And I watched Melee. I actually watched AMSA versus Mango grand finals in that legendary set. So it was good to see something historic like that play out live. But yeah, crowd experiences does make the big events because it's like, oh, I'm here. Like, you know, you see it in the YouTube videos, the crowd yelling and everything, and now you're actually there. And it's like, whoa, it's an experience. And for number 2, we have a 2001. It almost doubles. So 2,481 people for Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive was the most played game at had the most players at Combo Breaker. It finished out the roundabout, the top 8s, and there is a lot that goes on in Guilty Gear. It's a fun game. There's a lot that goes into it. Shout out to my homie Digital. I forgot the name of the guy, but he was able to take a game off one of the top 10 players in the world, I think. And if you're able to do that, you're damn sure cold. And
wait, he actually did that?
He took a game. Here, I can go right back through Discord in our Discord chats. My homie Digital, he said he took a game off one of the top 10 players in the world. Hold up, gonna sketch this out a little bit.
Guilty Gear. I'm surprised Guilty Gear has the second most attendees at Evo this year. Honestly, I really thought Happy Chaos, with all the criticism and like pleads for nerfs, killed the game. Honestly, there are a lot of people that thought the mechanics, of course, the wall breaking was kind of whack for Strive because it's a newfound thing for people to like break through the edges of the screen and whatnot.
Right.
In the last title, I think it was Exar. You sort of like stuck on the wall and just got like just ate the pressure.
That's actually very interesting because it's like expanding on the basic traditional character, like fighting game characters. So Digital, I searched it up. He faced what's his name? It's Nubenheimer, and took a game off of Nubenheimer, and he was really happy about that. And he said he didn't get out of pools, which is interesting because you go the distance with a high level player, and then you meet something. I feel that because it's weird. It's like, dang, I went really good against a high level player, then I got absolute schmucked by a schmuckly.
Because I feel like if you're facing against like someone that's like way higher than you, you kind of just like get like straight up just all like assuming nerves don't come into play, you're just all focused. It's like you're literally taking everything that you know so far and just like putting it to like the ultimate test. Will you come up on top? Most likely not. But it's like the fact that like if you're able to pull out a game, let alone even close to like finishing the game, like it literally could be like anyone's game, dude. That's like an amazing accomplishment in of itself.
Right. And for Street Fighter 6, I think Brandon Bdown knows, but Zamir, guess what Street Fighter 6 is?
7,000.
Yeah, 7,000, 61 and counting. Remember, this was posted like a week ago, so this is counting. Street Fighter 6, and I can tell you guys, Street Fighter 6 has raised the bar for fighting games. What you're able to do with it's not a super limited cast, and obviously they're gonna add more. I think one of the things is what's so interesting about it. It feels like there's a lot of life in each character. Every character's like really fun to play. You know, characters. I feel like there's characters that are really not so fun to fight, but when you pick them up, it's like, huh. This character can do this, and this, and everybody's gimmick is really sound and solid. You know, I main Ken, But like I'm seeing so many shit like, you know, E Honda niggas ignorant as fuck. They got this head slam move that charges them in the corner. Not too many people can punish that. What? Manon, freaking long disjointed limbs. What you would think they would be a zoner? Nah, we're a grappler. Get grabbed. Has a jab that pulls the player in to get the command grab. Nah, a hit confirm command grab. What the fuck? Like, it's crazy because like Street Fighter has gone a long way from being one of the first traditional fighters, and then now we're seeing this kind of explosion in stats to a game that's 30 years old, 40 years old. It's like a game says like, you know, the love is there, and the love is like, I feel like it's gonna continue to expand. You know, I feel like if they keep making the right choices for DLC, this is probably gonna be one of the best games of all time, because it's just one, it's so fun to watch. The colors, the flashy moves, the combos are really cool to watch. And it's actually like, it's not just Mass City too. It's like you gotta play somewhat fundies, or else you're gonna get screwed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna get screwed hard if you don't.
I don't own the game yet, but even plot wise, like this is the aftermath of like the Shadowloo, like M. Bison's defeated. Of course, like Ryu's trying to rediscover himself. Like Chun-Li, you know, Ken, not so much, but like even these new characters, Kimberly, Jamie. It's funny, you look at Manon and like Marissa, and you have to guess who's the grappler before the game comes out.
Right. Marissa's a funny character too.
I also was facing her during my placement matches earlier today. Like that is a very, oh god, I got blown up.
Yeah,
right now.
You gotta like definitely. I want to be that guy where I search up what every character does and how to counter it. So I like Ken, but I think about like Guile too, because Guile's got a lot of similar functions to Falcon, and I'm all about characters that are very similar to Falcon. So like for example, Tekken 7. Martial Law is the Captain Falcon of that game. You're not going to tell me nothing different. Focuses heavy on whiff punishment. Has uppercut moves that start combos. Come on now, Raptor Boost. We know that. Has a super hard aerial finisher. Come on now. The Knee of Justice. The legend kick. Come on now. And flash kicks to continue combos. Like, Martial Law's got flash kicks. Falcon's up air. Flash kicks. And they're both rush downs.
I mean, like Tekken, me personally, I was more of a Raven player. Because it's funny, because like Tekken Tag Tournament 2, they had that Nintendo edition, right?
Yeah.
For the Wii U. And they had like Nintendo costumes for every character. And guess who got Captain Falcon?
Who?
It was Raven, of course, like the Black Ninja, kind of looks like Blade.
Fair enough.
It was like one other character. I think it was the guy that killed King canonically.
Marduk. I think his name Marduk.
Yeah, Marduk. Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave him like the shoulder pad and the helmet, and that's it.
That's interesting.
So I mained him because he literally had Falcon on his.
He had Falcon on him, but if you wanted someone to play like Falcon, you play Martial Law. I'm telling you. Yeah. And definitely, I think now you're gonna pick it up. And be like, hold up, let me go see what he's talking about. Trust me. Trust me.
Playing Game Boy Advance Martial Law was like one of the highlights. Like literally his one tap, his 8-hit combo of just like.
Jab,
I remember
jab.
that like.
Just spamming people on block, and the game's really technical too. So with Evo being so big, it is actually really sad to see Smash not be a part of this lineup. And you know, during the whole controversy of like the 2020 scandals and the allegations, definitely dropped Smash from the lineup. And I feel bad because like Smash had a lot of impact on Evo. There was a lot, like some of the most iconic moments. Hungry Box winning, Evo. We had Leffen winning, I think in 2018. We had MK Leo, the probably the most famous set in Ultimate history. MK Leo versus Tweak in Grand Finals, where Tweak is one stock away from getting a good 3-0, and MK Leo just says, hold up, plot armor. And literally reverse sweeps him all the way through. Like, you know, like, there were some iconic moments at EVO. And I feel bad because, you know, there's a lot of things. The FGC looks a little bit down on Smash in a lot of reasons. Some are player based, toxic players. Obviously, the whole, the whole minors thing, sexual allegations, and I understand that, but the biggest thing that a lot of Smash Bros. Players are insufferable or get fucked over by being in vicinity of musty ass niggas. Oh boy, we got a story to tell you guys. So, this past weekend, a regional in the West took place called Patchwork. There attended a top player named Cosmos. Cosmos was sent to the losers bracket to face, drum roll please, a player by the name of Bugs. And what happened is, or Fawn, aka Fawn. And what happened is he tweets, lost game 5 to Cosmos, but at least I knew the shower and deodorant matchup.
I gotta admit, this being musty, especially in front of a close game where you sweat a lot, is like a huge nightmare. And Cosmos, unfortunately, was a victim in the vicinity of thousands within the venue.
Yeah,
and it did not turn out well for your boy.
Yeah,
like definitely, like this is just like a general rule of thumb is like if you going anywhere hot, whether it's going outside on a hot summer day or like inside with a bunch of Smash players, you're gonna need one of these.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it is Cosmos tweeted, this deadass made me ask anyone for deodorant and to go to the bathroom and give myself a second mini shower. I was sweating after I got reverse 3-0'd by Lucky, which is funny because Lucky is Midwest and is a Piranha Plant main, so Piranha Plant mains rise up. But yeah, so word was that Cosmos was smelling like dog shit. So when I watched the Lights Out podcast from Cosmos' point of view, the dude hesitated to give him a fist bump. And it was very funny because then he's like saying, yo, yeah, you musty as hell. And then like on Twitter, but not really saying it to his face. And Cosmos was like, yo, am I actually musty? Like, it kind of shows maybe probably he was just smelling something off, maybe. I don't know. And a lot of times, it is like very like known that Smash players can be smelly. And I'm not even going to refute those claims. I shower. And I cologne up. You would smell me and you think I go to the club before I go to a tournament. But like, you got to set the standard. That and it was all the old ass, crusty ass niggas that came from Melee that were like that. It wasn't this new age crowd of like younger generations that has a lot of style and a lot of flash to what they want, bring to it. And at least they have a lot of hygiene. Like, I feel like we're getting rid of those allegations. But I want to ask you guys, have you guys ever dealt with a smelly Smash Bros player? Have you ever dealt with it? I'm going to go with Zamir here first because he's been in the scene longer.
Honestly, I was in the scene since what was it, 2016?
Oh, you've been here for a minute.
Yeah, back at the old Ignition, out in, can't remember the original address of it. But yeah, every now and then, and especially espince my dad drove me to these places because obviously I couldn't drive. He had to stay there because I wouldn't know how long I'd be there. I'd probably perform well, or I'd probably have to go home 20 minutes after signing up. But he'd have to stay there, get some work done, and he just smelled like people, just straight rancid, straight salmon, out the back, straight must.
Dude, it is the worst feeling because you just want to play the game, but then you don't want to be associated with people like that. For the love of God, man, shower.
And when you're younger and you don't have the ability to take yourself to these places, you have other people not associated and not affiliated with these with Smash and fighting games and whatnot. Well, mostly Smash in this case, and they go to these places themselves. Their takeaway is Smash niggas are musty.
Right.
You can go to the friggin' family outing if they ever ask you, hey, you play them competitive video games? Yeah, how's that? Oh, you're yeah, I do good. Top 8 every now and then. The person taking you to the venues, most likely your parents, say them niggas musty. Because the niggas is musty.
Niggas is musty, bro.
Like,
them,
it
them
really
so
like deflates all of your like not really all of your compliments, but like all the things that you find good in the community when you like want to share with people that aren't as affiliated with like these gaming communities. Because people do not know how to shower, like take care of themselves, like just proper, just basic hygiene is so essential in any community, really.
Right. And like, go ahead, Brandon. I think you might have had something.
So like I personally really haven't experienced it like at least in the local scenes that I've been to, but Jojo, I don't know how much you remember the COD Gaming Lounge, but that was like you walk in that room. Oh hell no! You just get Falcon punched in the face with all that must.
Yeah, so to reference Zimmer, we went to the same college of DuPage. It was a community college, and they had a video game room, and a lot of Smash Bros. Players would show up. Like Raven King would be there. And niggas would show up because it's Raven King. He's like top 3 in Chicago at that time with Ike. The Joker was the fun character, but he was top 3 with Ike. And he would be showing up to CID. Niggas pulled up, and it smelled horrible, absolutely atrocious.
What gaming lounge is this again?
This is College of DuPage, and they have a gaming lounge right next to the Student Life Lounge. And niggas, you would stink up that room so bad. Like I want to go for practice, but like I don't want to smell smelly ass niggas. Like it
really was like that. I shit you not.
Gee.
Dude, it was crazy too. Like there was times like I'm sitting in there and it wouldn't even be a motherfucker that would play the game, bro. There was this dude, I swear he lived on campus, bro. He would walk in there, just be there. But the reason why it bothered me, because he smelled so bad. Okay, so here's me right here. My closet. My closet's like a good 5-6 paces away. I have to get up out of this chair, touch that closet, right? I could smell him from here to there. He would smell so bad that it was toxic. Like, legitimately toxic fumes in the air. This nigga smelled so bad. Like, there was this my homie Zion, bro. He gets irritated when he would like Zion would just be there with us, and he would just get so irritated. I've never seen this man get so anomaly discombobulated by the sight and the smell, the scent of a nigga. Just hops in there and just immediate and you're just like,
have you ever contemplated just DQing? Has it ever been that bad? You just had to you had to leave. You had to take yourself.
Yes, out. I just said so. There was times where we just was like, you know what? Like if it wasn't my setup, I just like I think I'm gonna get out of here because it was just offensive as fuck. Like, dude, like I know for a fact we all have our days where we're musty as fuck sometimes. Me, like when I work out and I get like a stinky sweat because like I'm pushing my body and everything. And like for example, like my arms, my lats are kind of big, so there's like a lot of times where like my arm and my leg like is like there. So my deodorant gets squished right here. Sometimes you see a lot of pit stains, but it's my deodorant though. Yeah. It's my deodorant.
Yeah. The white stains.
The white stains. Yeah. And I'm definitely gonna like shave my my armpit hair now. I'm gonna definitely do it like once a week. Just keep it like low. But like. At least I have receipts. Some of these motherfuckers, I swear to God, at Smash tournaments have pit stains, but they're like there was. I remember this one time. He was a freaking Roy player. This motherfucker's got on a white shirt. This was like early. This was 2019. He's got on a white shirt, but his pit stains are brown. I'm like looking at him like I'm like. And then this was the first time I think it was his name is no, what was his name? I forgot it. It was a 2019 player, but I haven't never seen him ever again. This was when like Tri-Point was bumping. It still is, but like that back then it was, and like he was mud. Like he was like, yeah, that's Smash niggas right there. He lifted up his orange bread, fucking eyebrows, hit him with the SpongeBob. Not at all, boy. Yeah, it was like that. And not me, but that was my story. But my homie Monum, my homie Monum, he's a Sephiroth main, picking up Cloud, dual Final Fantasy, what you call it. So he says that he played a set, and he could have just like twoed the guy cleanly, but the stench, the fact that this guy did not like wipe his ass was so bad that like it fucked up his play.
Oh wait, there was that story of the guy that shot themselves in a major. Y'all remember that?
Wait a minute, which major?
I forgot which major it was, but it had to be like something in the last. It was probably in 2019. Like somebody crapped themselves like in the middle of a set.
In the middle of a.
I think they didn't give out a name, obviously, but yeah, dog.
We're not beating the allegations. We're not beating the musty. That is musty Megatron nigga right there. A Smash Bros player taking a dump mid set, bro. Like
it wasn't like it was in the middle. I think it was like after a game.
Oh, so he dumped his pants. So did he lose the game?
I think he just. I think he played out the rest of the set. Then excused himself. Obviously, people like smelled him. But no, I need to look this up. No,
bro, that is the most Smash nigga thing I've ever heard in my life.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't. No
Someone's gotta. Chat. If anybody's able to pull up these receipts, pull them up because I need to see this immediately.
It was mid-set at the. Why is it on?
All right.
Yeah. It was Can I screen share this?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was this tweet. You probably saw it before. I can only find it on iFunny, but it was this tweet.
A Smasher actually shit their pants mid-set at a monthly.
Oh
no!
In utter disbelief.
Yeah, I played through it, won the set, left after. I didn't go, but everyone said the venue reeked like oh, hell no.
Dog.
No.
So it was 2019.
That's crazy. Oh my god. We are not beating. Okay, so going back to that Cosmos. Damn, that's crazy. Going back to Cosmos. So Cosmos says that he didn't smell himself, but you know we're so used to our own body odor. Sometimes we don't notice it. That's a part of adapting as a human. But like he's saying that he talked to people and they were like, "You're fine." And what happened is he showered, but he forgot deodorant. Like you can shower, but like for some reason when you forget, like showering only goes like if you're moving around and stuff, like it's gonna like it's gonna like wear off. Unless yeah, like, it's weird.
You definitely need that deodorant, bro, because aside from being a Smasher, I'm also a rhythm game player. Who plays DDR or dance tracks and stuff. So I'm moving a shit ton. And I know for damn sure it was like if I forgot to put deodorant that day and I started playing and I started sweating and I like lift up, no, my arms are coming straight back down, bro. No, this no.
I fear it when I offend it. Like I know like I feel like if I offend, like it's like my odor is like when it gets there, it can be like kind of like musty. Cause like when I was like I would play baseball and when I work out, and then sometimes like when I'd be like getting up in the morning, and I'd just be like moving, and like I'm in my own house, and I'm like damn, like I feel like I sometimes feel like I need to take 2 showers. And for it to like go away, it's scary, because it's like you don't want to offend, and I hate to be offended, so I don't want to offend. You don't want to release pain on other people if you don't like the pain. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can put it.
that. Yeah, definitely. You need one. We need one of these, man. Especially after a shower or some event. Always have this in your bag, man.
Mm-hmm.
Always have some
The very
deodorant.
fact that this is a Smasher special of all the fighting game communities, a Smasher special is proof enough that we can change. There's hope for us.
Right.
There,
Not
there
this
is
year.
hope.
We've screwed it up. I feel like we screwed it up. Nah, Cosmos ruined it. We have a good staple of Okay, every year we have a staple. Did they beat the allegations? No.
No.
Okay. Cosmos happened this year. All right, on to 2024. Clean 365 days. We're good. We're set. All right. Maybe the 2025 no incidents. We can get back in Evo. Who knows?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
We'll see.
All right. With Evo being there, Smash Bros. Majors, however, are still in play. Evo was the biggest one because it was just the biggest of everything. But we have big majors. All three of us, we're going to SmashCon. But however, there is a major this weekend, and it is called Get On My Level. Sorry if you guys keep watching me look down. I'm trying to find the preliminary seeding. Usually, people tweet out saying, all right, this is the top 32, top 64 seeds that are going to GOML, and this is a big tournament. Last year, Onan was the winner, and very interesting. Onan's not going to be there this year, so no Steve for the Steve haters. I think if you're still a Steve hater, you need to kind of just quit the game because he's there.
And it looks like no Shuton either.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Interesting. Confirmed Light's gonna be there. Riddle's gonna defend his country from the invaders. Hungry Bucks, the entire Luminosity gang. So Leo, Tweak, Meister, and Big D, all of them are going. And even Zamba and Apollo Kage, which now recently just signed to Luminosity. It's interesting. How do they have that much money? Like,
Yeah, they got Big D. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like, wow. Like,
They got like a raise or something. I don't know.
For real, they got a lot of like big name players. I think Mute's 26 Rising. So Mute's Cosmos is gonna make a return. Hopefully he can redeem himself in smell and in bracket, because I know he wasn't too happy going 17th at this past weekend. He was either 17th or 13th. Reason being because he got upsetted by Lucky, and then he got reverse 3-0'd by Mute's, who won the tournament. It sucked when you meet the player who wins the tournament in losers round like 6.
2 PGs in grand finals, by the way.
Yeah, but one of them went DDD because they are like, nah. Straight up, one of them went DDD. Ling actually sent Mute's 2 losers with DDD, and I looked at that for a minute, and I'm like, what? Like, I was half asleep when I looked at that, and I was like, wait a minute. Sent to losers by DDD. And then it makes sense. You counterpick you want to counterpick. A lot of people don't like dittoing. You main a character, but a lot of people, like said this, so like they do not like dittoing. And I feel, I understand why. Like, dittoing, it can be annoying because you're just really just fighting your character. And it like, either that person is going to be just as good at fighting your character. So it's like volatile. Like, I know people like who produce better results, but then they'll lose to someone lower to them who mains the same character in a ditto. It's happened a lot. Dittoing is hard. Falcon dittoing is hard. I'd say that's probably one of the most volatile matchups I've ever seen.
And at a big stage, imposter syndrome has to hit hard.
That's true.
Which I also think is like, that's why people like really like to rep their colors, so like for their character,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't have a set color for Falcon. I like the gold, the pink, and the dark blue one. The final 3 one. Everyone else has staple one. You're the Black Falcon.
I was gold Falcon. Oh, no, I was gold. I was Blood Falcon back in Smash 4, but literally everybody's Blood Falcon.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be Fatality. Everybody wants to be the edgy one. Everyone likes the color purple and darker colors, which is why like Dark Link, all the purple colors, Enderman. That's why people are so attracted to that. I like Batman. Like, Off the fields, like I might go gold falcon if I'm trolling. I might just want to piss people off at like some locals. I'll just go green. If I know somebody's played Sir Dank or Arctis a lot, I'll just go pink or green. Just to, just to get them on edge a little bit. Especially against like a PR player, like, if I'm going on Steam or on stream. Maybe I'm thinking of like another DC character, Nightwing. I'll go blue. It really doesn't matter. For a good portion, I was just color one. I don't know.
Fair
No loyalty, honestly.
Fair indeed.
I stuck with my green Roy since the moment I got him in Smash 4.
And
then
go ahead.
And just like, I don't know, like I think it's just considering that like green is my favorite color and it looks really good on Roy too. It just like it just I don't know. I just really fuck with it a lot.
So colors do make the player who they are, and they're very notable. So with so many notable players in this, who do you guys got? Let's start with like who wins, and then like possible top 8. Because I'm seeing a lot of like people who can win this.
And again, this is like for my level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm looking at the pools right now. We got Zenodo and AK, Apollo Kage in the same pool. We got Cosmos and Kiwi. I think, what does Kiwi play again?
Pac-Man, I believe. She's a Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Dark Wizzy, Dimitri. I think that's a plant player, right? Dimitri. Out in, I think, the UK. But it's not like Canada. We got Goblin. I don't know most of these people. We got Aaron and wow. Yeah, they really split up a lot of these PR players. We got Big D and Grape, Ices and Snake in the same pool. It's looking really interesting. It's hard, especially like before things really kick off, to see like who comes out in pools, but I can already see like off the few like 4 names they show in each and every pool, I'm gonna see like most of them, if not like 2 of them, come out on top.
Is this right? I'm only seeing 130 participants though. Wow, this is gonna be the
ultimate.
Yeah, it says right here. Huh?
I see 877
for Smash Bros. Oh, for doubles. I clicked on doubles. My fault. Usually, I'm so used to Ultimate Singles being at the top. Yeah, right. 877. So, this is going to be very good. Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, huge. Any, like, fan of, like, the top players? Like, outside of Falcon, who do you like seeing the most? Me, personally, I like seeing Light. I'm just a really huge Light fan. I like seeing Fox at high levels of play. I love his confidence, the classic shoulder, the sleeve
roll up the sleeves. He said, "I can wash my dishes. Got to roll up the sleeves."
This thing, Fox move around the stage is so satisfying. I can't really explain. Maybe I'm just a fellow Rushdown enjoyer. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm a furry. Who knows?
I really like watching riddles. I was a fan of Kazuya because I like watching Kazuya go crazy, and then Terry is really like I played Fatal Fury a little bit, so watching him dual wield those 2 characters is actually really fun. He's fun to watch, and also, who am I thinking? Not Cosmos. Zamba's interesting to watch because he has like an oppressive Rob, because a lot of the Robs kind of like, it's weird. They all had like a combo game, but Zamba's like, okay, so Rob's supposed to be a zoner. Zamba plays him like a rushdown, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it's weird. Rob has so many tools. It's not even funny how good that character is. So, I am looking at the pools. Shout out to Chicago Smash. We've got Raven King, looking seeded to make out of pools. But definitely want to wish him on. He's been really on the grind. He recently still top 3 in Chicago, but was able to obtain that number 1, that gold spot. We got a lot of good competition going right now. Also Tweak, Ling, Riddle's supposed. Tojo, he's Ice Knight's going. There's a lot of Chicago going. That's really interesting to see. Atada's going up too. I hope Chicago goes out and represents us because we definitely do. There's so many players that have the name Burst. That's funny. Larry Lur's going too. That's hype. That's hype.
Oh shoot.
Icona, we see Icona in the pool thing. Kamime, Jordan Small. Yeah, this is gonna be very good to see. I'm definitely gonna be rooting for Chicago all the way. But yeah.
So many Chicago players are slept on. It's insane. Like you ask somebody from what, Maryland, like favorite Chicago players, they might say
Onan is going.
They
I lied.
might say Raven King.
Wait,
Like
what?
Sam T, Icon was a huge thing. Like Ice Knight popping off, got a win off ESAM.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Onan
Like,
is
That's
actually
right?
Onan is actually going to get on my level.
oh,
To compete or to
compete.
just be there?
He's
Oh, wow.
26R Onan. He is registered in bracket. So I lied, guys. The defending champ is in the bracket.
oh yeah, I can see him getting fourth at the lowest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Steve is a nightmare. But I think by now a lot of these pros have figured out how to deal with him. So, well, wow, that was a really good runtime. 1 hour. Got a lot of talking done. Fun episode. Thank you guys so much for joining in on this one. Also, thank you guys and the fans. We have some commentators. Thank you. You guys are much appreciated. A lot of good topics. Clean segues flowed through, so I'm very happy to have you guys and hopefully have a lot more. Obviously, the dream would definitely be like, us sitting in like a booth and, making some good content, making this quality because just something authentic, just some authentic talks, it can go either way. Definitely want to push it onward and upward to the better fourth. Excelsior. Shout out to him. So
Also, to or at least to specifically one person that's asking for Troyo bars, I still need to think of some.
It's hard.
Cause I have something in mind, but it's like I got some because I made like just off the cuff just made like just a whole 8 bar or something on Twitter for all the smash.
yeah, that Radacious bar went hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That Radacious bar was hard. That was good. All right. So I'm JoJo.
I'm Bdown.
I'm Zamir.
You guys stay safe. Take care. Have a great rest of your night.
Have a good one.
E